Florida was at one point an 8-point dog, and then Cameron Rising was ruled out of the game, and the spread has now dropped to 4.5.
Not officially,
Florida
but
on
unlikely.
the road. He's not out. Oh, I thought that I read somewhere that he wasn't playing. But
he's probably out, but they haven't said he's out.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a double hot take for you on this game.
Okay.
Hot take number 1: Brant Kuithe is a bigger loss than Cam Rising. Hot take number 2: neither is going to matter, and Utah still wins this and covers it relatively easy.
Wow.
Utah doesn't beat you with quarterback play. I'm worried about Kuithe, but a tight end isn't worth 3 points. I think the spread moved down. People have kind of known that Cam Rising, like, this is not, they didn't shock the world yesterday when you saw that. Like, this has been trending this direction for a while. But I think during the summer, at one point, it was like a 10-point spread. It's been moving in this direction for a while. But they beat you by being tough up front, being sound on defense. Do we believe in Florida's weapons and Graham Mertz being able to find them? I personally don't. Utah tackles well. You're not going to see a lot of busts. And again, that's going to be enough against a Florida team with alarmingly low expectations. So give me the Utes here because they're going to win this game on the line of scrimmage and easily absorb the blows.
But you don't think that Florida's going to have a pulse this year, do you?
If you told me that Florida was going to be the worst team in the SEC this year, I would say, okay.
I mean, Stu picked them to go 3-9.
Yes, that's what I would say. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's on the table.
I went to Gainesville 2 weeks ago to see Florida, and they were all very curious about Cam Rising, and they were collecting newspaper clippings as much as they could to try to get a read on what was going to happen there. If you're going to play Utah, it's better to get them in September than it is to get them in November. And I think we saw an example of that last year when Florida beat Utah, and Utah went on to win the Pac-12 and looked like a great team at the end of the season. I think Florida has a real shot here. The coaches, they feel like they're going to surprise people. They know no one's really giving them a chance. They know some people don't think they'll make a bowl game. They think they have enough in place, especially in the trenches where Utah usually beats you. They feel good there. They feel like they'll be able to run the ball and stop the run. And that's what kind of this year's team is going to be built on, because you don't want to try to win a game with Graham Mertz. I am skeptical of Graham Mertz as a successful option for Florida. Billy Napier is very, very high on him. Billy Napier's offense is always molded around the quarterback. They can kind of dumb it down, is the way an agent put it to me. They think they'll be okay. I think the fact that if Kuithe and Rising are out, it's going to be real tough for Utah, and it's going to be a low-scoring game, I think, kind of similar to last year maybe. Mm-hmm. I've got Florida with the points here. I would take Florida the 4.5. I mean, if it was still 8,
thing, though, Chris, last year, Utah was the better team in that game by a wide margin, and they had the most uniquely terrible game plan for Anthony Richardson that made him look like Superman and made us all wonder if he was going to be a Heisman contender. And the way they lost contain consistently with him, they couldn't see or stop the designed runs with him. He looked like Cam Newton in that game, and he didn't look like that again, maybe the entire season. No. They just don't have that with Graham Mertz, and I just don't see the improvements going to be there. I think it's going to be the same Utah team, and don't sleep on Rice Eccles. Like, that's a house of horrors for a lot of people.
It is.
And so, listen, I think it will be a ugly game. I think this looks something like a 21-10 sort of situation, 21-13 maybe. That's what I think we're going to see.
See, I think it's like a 21-17 type of thing. So
I don't think anybody is at least reserving the notion or the possibility that Graham Mertz can just come out firing bullets all over the place, huh? We're the guy that's just like team. He was misused at his previous stop, and he comes out just rifling pigskin.
Not against Utah. I mean, I could see it. I could see it a handful of times this year. Maybe 2-3 games he goes for 303 scores. That's plausible. It's not happening.
Well, he's never gone for 300 yards in his career. He has never thrown for 300.
Yeah, but that's Wisconsin. The Wisconsin 175-yard passing game is a 300-yard passing game at any other school.
That's fair. So. My other question, though, with Florida is that their receivers, they don't have a great receiving court. They got Pearsall there, but a lot of question marks otherwise. I watched a little bit of one Florida practice, and Mertz was not very accurate. It's just one practice. Take it for what it's worth.
Imagine that.
But this is you're going to have to get the ball out on time. You're right. I don't think Richardson kind of fit into what Napier wanted to do. So like, it's possible they just have a more efficient offense despite losing the number 5 pick in the draft. Like maybe it's just kind of a Ewing theory type of thing. So I don't know. Florida, the folks down there, they're cautiously optimistic, but they know if they go to Utah and lay a complete egg, and then they've got Tennessee 2 weeks later, it could spiral out of control. It's a young team with a good amount of freshmen in the 2 deep. They're going to need to like have some stuff to feel good about and build on early on.